Welcome to 33 Dreams of Indy. I'm your host, Robert Earl, and today's episode is another Ask the Earls segment. I've been asked by a number of people, what is the Road to Indy Series that you talk about? And the Road to Indy Series is a great question, is actually a ladder system, a progression system that shows drivers a path of how to move from, say, local racing and local karting through the IndyCar system to eventually get a ride in a IndyCar and be able to compete as one of the coveted 33 spots in the Indianapolis 500. See, back in the day, sprint car drivers like AJ Foyt, Parnelli Jones, even Mario Andretti got their shot in IndyCar racing by doing sprint car races across the country, and they were recognized by Indy owners, car owners, as a new young hotshot that they'd be able to put into their seat. This evolved a little bit with many divergent paths of Formula races, F2, F3, different Formula Ford, different programs that were on. So IndyCar stepped in, working with, at that time, Mazda and the Mazda Road to Indy program to create a little bit of structure. Now it's the Cooper Tire Road to Indy program, or the Road to Indy presented by Cooper Tire, and it has a little bit of structure. This structure, if you want to think of it in a certain way, mirrors what baseball has in their minor league system. So in the minor leagues of baseball, they have a major leagues, which would be the NTT IndyCar Series, and then you would move, if you were a brand new player, you would start out in single A or single A rookie ball. You would move your way up to double A and then progress to triple A and then be able to go to the majors. Yes, there are some players or some drivers that are able to jump directly from double A into the majors. It's very rare. They have to be very talented. Well, the Road to Indy Series takes this similar structure. Really, it's the only driver development program in the world that features a championship scholarship at every level that guarantees that you'll have an advancement or a amount of money to help fund the following season to graduate. So here's how the system works. The single A level, the beginner level, would be the USF2000 program. And that USF2000 program, that's a revival of the USF2000 program that ran, say, 1990 to 2006. And this is the professional entry into open wheel cars. It's one of the first times that the drivers are operating with a car that has the wings and the similar structure and similar suspension system to a true Indy car. From there, what would be the equivalent of the AA system is the Indy Pro 2000 Championship presented by Cooper Tire. This used to be known as the Star Mazda Championship or the Pro Mazda Championship. This is where it developed in Marco Andretti, James Hinchcliffe, Graham Rahal, Spencer Pickett, all current drivers worked their way through the Indy Pro 2000 Series. And this graduates them into the season champion, is then funded to compete into the Indy Lights. And Indy Lights would be the AAA series. These cars start to have a little bit more advancement. They're very similar with a Dallara chassis to the NTT IndyCars. They have more horsepower, more power. They also start to work with the push-to-pass system to be able to give them a boost as they're within a certain range of the driver in front of them, all preparing them on the road to be able to step into or sit in a Indy car and be able to move forward. The champion of the Indy Lights series receives a 3-race scholarship including an opportunity to qualify for the Indianapolis 500. So you have a progression that in a very short period of time, a 3-year period, 4-year period, that a driver could move from karting or other disciplines into USF2000, win the championship, be able to progress to Indy Pro 2000, and then Indy Lights, then have an opportunity, as a couple of drivers have already done this year, Rivas VK and Oliver Askew, of testing within NTT IndyCar Series for the opportunity to move on to this. So a structured ladder series. These are the stars of tomorrow, so it's an opportunity for you to get to know them and the stories behind them. And at 33 Dreams of Indy, we're going to be focused on telling you those stories behind drivers like Kyle Kirkwood, Corey Enders as they make their way up, Oliver Askew as they are progressing through the ladder series and fulfilling their dreams of potentially racing as one of the coveted 33 spots in the Indianapolis 500. So if you have any additional questions on this, please click the comments. Love for you to subscribe. And until next time, keep dreaming. Hope you enjoyed this video from 33 Dreams of Indy. It would mean the world to me if you would click subscribe so that you could be notified of any new videos that come along.